Boy, that was a long and great 3 days off. Let me tell you. Morning to all of you. As getting this kick started this morning. All right, Cam Haywood. This just came off the wire. Had surgery this morning. He put his results on IG, and it was a nice positive uh, update by Cam. My prayers to him. Great humanitarian, more than a football player, but he's a tremendous, tremendous football player. All right, this is where I left off Friday, and it's getting hotter and hotter. But I'm gonna take the attitude of I'll believe it when I see it, because I it's hard to believe that the Steelers and the Patriots will trade for a running back that quarterback that is very close to getting things done. Give me 1 second. Manzano in the building. I'll bring him up in a minute. Like I was saying, I'm gonna bring him up in a second. Until I see different, I do not see Art Rooney giving this GM the sign off to trade a second round pick for Justin Fields. I see the Patriots more giving it because they got the third pick in the draft, and they could take Marvin Harrison at 3, and that will give that team a whole new facelift. But Pittsburgh doing that, I don't see it. I don't believe it. I just don't believe Pittsburgh's going to do something like that. I believe the Steelers will go the cheap route, as usual, and go with Russell Wilson or go with uh, Ryan Tannehill. Either way, they're not going to win. And the reason why I say that because the upside for Justin Fields is there. The problem with Justin Fields, I'll say it for the 10,000th time, Ryan Poles, who is now the GM of the Bears, scouted Patrick Mahomes. Now you got Patrick Mahomes. He's comparing his quarterback that he can win with like Patrick Mahomes. Now, is that fair for him? I can see the Buccaneers, but I think the Buccaneers rather re-sign Baker Mayfield because Baker played well for them. I just don't see them doing it. I can see the Patriots doing it more than the Steelers, but I don't see the Steelers giving up, just making that type of trade because that's not in their DNA. The last time they made a trade for a young player who ended up being a Hall of Famer was Jerome Bettis 30 years ago. Pittsburgh just don't do those things. I was shocked a month ago, and I was up here and I read it to everybody. What Art Rooney II said that he's tired of the BS. He's tired of being irrelevant because Pittsburgh is in nobody's conversations.
I have a shocking place he might land. I'm not sure if they would do this because they have limited picks. How about the Rams getting Justin Fields?
Nah, because Stratford had a good year this past year.
Or
And Justin Fields ain't the quarterback you want to sit behind somebody.
or 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 Seattle?
I could see Seattle.
Is there any?
I could
Or
see Seattle.
how about
The
Atlanta?
Falcons are the favorite right now.
How about Atlanta?
Yeah, they're the favorite right now.
Yeah,
And the
because it makes sense because he's from that area.
yeah, and he'll play all of his games indoors in a very weak division and warm weather.
Yeah, no, and to be honest, like I agree with you. I don't think Justin Fields really fits that hard nosed type of mentality that the fan base in Pittsburgh wants.
I think the owner is desperate to be relevant again. It's hard to believe that Mr. Rooney a month ago basically said, you read between the lines, he's tired of the Steelers' quarterback play and he's tired of being irrelevant. Because right now, I hate to say it, Pittsburgh is very irrelevant.
Yeah, and I've said this to be honest, Uncle, and people think I'm crazy. I understand they drafted him, but that ownership wasn't behind. That ownership and GM wasn't really behind Justin Fields. Just because they drafted him doesn't mean they treated him well.
No, the GM there didn't draft him. That's why he wants him out.
Yeah, no, but I keep on saying the people say it's Caleb Williams. I don't see that. I see them drafting Drake May from North Carolina. Like
They can even trade the pick.
yeah,
They can
no,
even trade the pick.
yeah, no. But for you, do you agree? Do you agree what I'm saying? Do you think they would rather draft Drake May over a guy like Caleb Williams?
No, because they spent the week at Caleb Williams' house the week of the Super Bowl. That came out the other day that the GM, the president, they spent the whole weekend with Caleb Williams out in LA in the family.
But I fear what's going to happen to Caleb. I understand this GM and the president of football operations are behind the pick, but the ownership there is not going to like the ownership wasn't fully behind having Justin Fields as the face of their franchise. You really think they want Caleb who's demanding part ownership of a team?
Oh, that's just BS.
You
that
don't
boy
believe
better
that?
be glad. That boy better be glad if he's picked number one. I just think the Bears are taking their time, and
He's a Mahomes. Honest, I don't see Mahomes. I see a little bit of Michael Vick with a more consistent arm. I don't see. I don't see. I don't see Patrick Mahomes and Caleb Williams. I see more
I don't either.
like I like him, but I don't see Patrick. The guy I see more of is not Michael Vick. My God, who was the guy who played for? He's a bigger Russell Wilson, young Russell,
He's in the league right now.
huh?
He's in the league right now.
No, I'm comparing Caleb Williams to Russell Wilson when he was in Seattle.
That's pretty good. He's taller.
Yeah, you want to talk about spring training, Uncle?
Yeah, I'm gonna get there, but get there in a couple of minutes. I just want to wrap up the football real quick. Um, what I was gonna say? Yeah, I'm just surprised, folks, but and two, I'll believe it when I see it with Pittsburgh making a move like this. I
So,
think Pittsburgh will go the cheap route. And I got news for Pittsburgh fan. You're not going anywhere.
so you don't think Art Rooney wants to trade up and get like a Drake May or Jaden Daniels or someone like that?
No, Pittsburgh will never do that. This
They're
is what
too
I'm talking about
They're
with Pittsburgh.
more a very conservative franchise. You're saying
Yes, yes, yes.
the Rooney family as a has were they always a conservative? Like,
Yeah,
were they very conservative when it came to drafting? They wouldn't make big moves like that, like give up future first round picks.
yeah. The only way they trade a first round pick, and the last time they did it, it worked out. Minka Fitzpatrick with the Dolphins. So he became 2 time All Pro. So it
Yeah,
worked out.
it depending on where they pick, what I can see happening is they draft Bo Nix, the quarterback from Oregon.
I don't think Pittsburgh, with what happened with Kenny
Pickett.
Pickett, they're not gonna draft a quarterback again like that. No, they'll
Oh,
either pick up a Tannehill, pick up a Wilson, or they'll trade that second round pick for Justin Fields.
yeah, but like like I said, I like Justin, but I don't think his like the way he plays fits what like they're Pittsburgh is a very nose to the grindstone. You know what I'm saying, Uncle? Like they're a nose to
Yeah,
the grindstone.
it fits him. Yeah, it fits him. He's not a guy like Jordan Love where he's gonna put up numbers. No, he's the type of quarterback that he's better going with the flow. And that's why these teams are checking in on him like they are. I tell you right now, whoever gets him, and I've been saying this, next team he goes to, he's gonna be real good.
So, yeah, no, I agree with you. Eh, how about? Do you think Denver would do that?
Denver is in the mix. Yes, yes.
Arizona, because I think they're
No,
giving up on Kyler.
they got Kyler Murray. No, the teams that are in this mix are New England,
New Orleans.
Pittsburgh, Denver, the Raiders, Atlanta, Seattle. Those are the teams.
Yeah, no, and you said Jordan Love wouldn't fit because he's too cocky.
Wouldn't fit well. No, I said about Jordan Love, I said that Justin Fields is not like him. He's a
But do you
different
think his
type of
personality
quarterback.
would work? Like, would that go against the type of like would Jordan Love work in Pittsburgh, or because they're so conservative, it wouldn't work because of his personality?
Pittsburgh will work for him, yeah, because he's all about work. You know where he is? You know where he is right now? He's
He's
in Drew Brees passing camp and training with UFC fighters.
that's crazy. Like,
That's called dedication. That's called he wants to win badly. Everybody, all these other quarterbacks. By the way, I will kill CJ Stroud tonight. If you didn't see what I saw yesterday, and this is what happens, I'm getting ready to go to the baseball, Tony. This is what happens when you become to get a big head, Lauro. Guess who your quarterback went home with last night? Amber Rose. Enough said. Let's get
oh
to the
gee,
baseball, Tony.
oh good lord, oh good lord.
Let's get to the
God.
baseball. I saw Juan Soto yesterday, and I'm smiling up here right now, folks. It looked like Juan Soto has made a 360-degree turn with the Yankees all of a sudden. He did say one thing that Yankee fans better know. He says that he's here for 1 year, and we'll see what happens. But he loves the potential of that middle of that lineup, which is deadly, folks. You got Judge, you got Rizzo, you got him, you got Stan. Back to back to back to back. My only problem with the Yankees is, and this is why no one's taking them seriously, and the media is on their knees begging Blake Snell to go there. And I don't think Blake Snell wants to go to Yankees because of the media outlets. They have no pitching after Garrett Cole.
Yeah,
You
that's what I think. To me, it would have made. I understand why they got Juan Soto, but I've said this. It would have made more sense for them to trade for a guy like Jesus Luzardo from Miami.
yes, and they effed that up. So I'm sorry to all these media bandwagoners about the Yankees. Yankees ain't going nowhere this year, folks. Even if they got Blake Snell, they still ain't going anywhere. And I'm gonna tell you why they're not. Texas has a better lineup. They could never beat Houston when their lives could depend on it on the playoffs. If you look at that background and Houston's playoff record, I mean, bullpen is the best on the planet. And I'll get to Houston. Baltimore stealing Corbin Burns 2 weeks ago. Uh, and
That
Toronto
was
to
a
me,
that was a fleece if I ever saw one right there.
what was? I just shook my head. And
How dumb
Toronto,
are? Explain how idiotic do the Brewers have to be to give him up for nothing? Like
they gave all this money to this kid from, I guess, Venezuela. They gave him, what was it, 80 million, 8-year deal. And now, to me and you, as a baseball fan, a player getting paid $10 million a year is nothing, but to the Brewers, it's a lot. So, folks, I've been saying it up here. We're going to do the National League later tonight, folks. It's comical. I'll hold off on that. But I'm going to get back to the American League with Tony. I'll tell you, I didn't think this until I found out 2 weeks ago how strong the Astros bullpen is. The Astros, folks, have now turned into a 6 inning team. What does that mean? If they get to the sixth, if they after 6 innings, if they're winning, the game is over. And to me, getting Josh Hader for so many years, to me was a bargain. And I don't know what Tony thinks, but if I have to
that's the
look at the,
one weakness I see with the Rangers. Their bullpen can be very suspect sometimes.
I would
Like
agree with that.
I
I
think
would
they
agree.
should have got try to get Hater.
I would agree. And you know the problem I have with Texas? They got all this money. They got all these prospects, and they're gonna wait on Degrom and Max. I haven't seen a microphone I don't love these days. Scherzer to come back.
Instead of trading their prospects for a guy who's not injured, like a Edward Cabrera or Jesus Luzardo. You think?
I don't know what Texas is gonna do because I look at them and they're that good, folks. Rangers are that good. Okay, they got the best manager on the planet. But I think Houston getting Josh Hader under the radar, no one saw that coming. And you look at the Astros now, folks. They just gave Altuve 5 more years. I'll tell you, Jose Altuve must like playing for less money.
I think the only team in the American League that has a chance to dethrone uh, the Rangers is Houston. I
I agree.
like I like Baltimore, but they have suspect parts of their rotation. You agree?
Yeah, but I'm gonna say one thing for the Orioles that people don't understand. That lineup last year, I watched them almost every night. That lineup to me is garbage. But you know what everybody tells me? They all had off years. And if that is the case, that means the Orioles are going to put numbers up because look at their averages from last year. None of them hit for anything. And I was wondering how the hell this team won 100 games. And their starting pitching is not that great.
Yeah. That's why they got Corbin Burns, and honestly, I don't think they're done in the trade market. To be honest.
I don't think so either because of that new owner.
Oh, uh, the Angelos family finally sold the team.
Yeah, they sold the team. Yeah, the new owner has Grant Hill, who's a big investor in this. Cal Ripken Jr., who's the face of it because he's Mr. Oreo, and they got another guy, but the owner got this mungus billionaire. And Orioles now are a big player in the American League now, money wise, folks.
So, Uncle, if your fan base with the Angels signs a puts a petition, are you the first one to sign it to get Artie Moreno to sell the team?
Hell yes.
It's crazy. Everybody hates Artie for some reason. Like even the MLB owners hate him.
Because he doesn't understand that you can have the cheapest food prices in the world. Where's the winning at? Now, if you missed it yesterday, folks, Anthony Rendon, who is stealing money, admitted a couple of years ago that he doesn't love the game of baseball. His family, God comes first. All right, that's fine. Yesterday, Rendon got snitty with a beat writer because he kept asking him about how much he doesn't love the game of baseball. And I'm glad that Dan O'Dowd and Dan Plesac and my good buddy, uh,
Harold Reynolds.
no, our guy, the guy who trained Mike Tyson. I see his face, but the guy who does the baseball show, he used to be on ESPN.
Oh,
Brian,
Brian
Brian,
Kenny. Brian Kenny.
congratulations to those three guys last night, folks, because they played the entire press conference and they destroyed Anthony Rendon. So did AJ Przinsky. Shout out to all the guys in foul territory. That is a great show from 1 to 3.
This is the first time. Wait a minute. Am I in an alternate universe where you compliment AJ Przinsky?
Yeah, I compliment the scumbag. Yes. They called him out yesterday. So Anthony Rendon, let me get this straight. You're making $45 million a year, and you don't care if you play or not. Baseball is just a job. AJ said it best last night. What do you think is giving you, your kids, and your wife a lavish lifestyle, bro? What do you think? You're still living in Houston in the third ward? Shout out to third ward Colombian. Bro, you are stealing money.
He,
And
he has this Andrew what is it called? I'm gonna say he had Randone. He has
okay,
that Andrew Luck mentality. They don't really care about the sport they play in because they they have other things to do. But
you're right.
you said he did. Did he come from money, Rondon?
I don't think so.
Oh, where he came from in Houston was a bad area.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah,
They
no,
are
but
killing they are killing Rondon everywhere.
yeah, no, and I think what these athletes who get this money who come from a bad what is it called, a bad
Background
a bad like where they grew up.
environment, yeah.
Yeah, the environment is horrible. I can understand why once they get money, he doesn't. He says this because he has the money that he earned from what he did with the national when he played with the Nationals. So I can understand why he's thinking like that. I don't have to do any work when this idiot owner gave me the money out after one season.
I totally agree to a degree, Tony, but this is year 5 of Rendon not even playing half a season.
Yeah, blame Artie Moreno for giving this guy. He had a he
Exactly.
had an injury history in with the Nationals, didn't he? Wasn't he getting injured all the time with the Nationals?
No, it's crazy. You see the quote right there, Tony. It's never been a job. Here you go. This is Rendon. It's never been a top priority for me. This is a job. I do this to make a living. Okay? I hope Scott Boris is listening. Because, Scott, next time you want to get him a deal for big money, it's not happening. And, Scott, you should talk to him because he's taking money out of your pocket.
I see. I don't think Scott cares either. He's get
I think he does, bro. Scott Boris loves money, man. He does.
so you think?
And
Do you think Scott like this affects his future clients with Randone making a comment like this?
yes. And I think what's going to happen is this. If he doesn't play a full season this year and he plays under 60 games like he always does, Scott Boras will drop him as a client. And when that happens, you are tainted.
It's like I can't remember. It's like if you get dropped by Drew Rosenhaus
Rosenheim.
as a client, huh?
Yes.
In the
Yeah.
NFL.
Yes. Exactly
Would
like
you say
that.
Drew Rosenhaus is the equivalent to a guy like Scott Boras?
Yes. Yes. I agree with you.
Who? Okay, back to who's the surprise team that you feel that is going to make the playoffs that you don't that other people are not talking about?
The Royals.
The Royals.
Yeah. Kansas City Royals. Yeah.
I have one that actually is in the same division that they're talking about the Orioles and the Red Sox all the time, but they're not talking about the team that's has been winning that won it last year. They're not talking about the Rays, really.
Oh, that's the American League East. The reason is, Tony, they never do anything in the playoffs. People get tired of that.
How about can you see the? Would you say the Mariners would be a shock, or not
No, I
really?
got the Mariners making the playoffs. I
You said
got
the Royals. How
yeah.
about the Tigers,
Yeah, people like the Tigers.
the
People like
Indians?
the Tigers. No, the Indians are falling off, man. Usually, I always pick the Indians in that division. You know that, but not this year. I'm gonna go with Kansas City. That's my surprise.
How about
Kansas
the
City.
AL? Is there a surprise team in the AL West?
No, Angels and A's suck. No,
Okay.
I got those 3 teams making the playoffs. Texas. I got
Do you see
Houston.
Toronto making the playoffs, or do you think
No,
they miss
matter of
it?
fact, I think Toronto is about to be DONE.
What do you mean?
Uh, I think the window is about to close on the Blue Jays, man. Because you got Guerrero, you got Bichette. Both of them are unrestricted free agents in November.
I'm laughing. Can you imagine? You know how annoying the Braves are going to be if Vlad goes there.
No, they got Greg Olson. They got Olson, Matt Olson. They don't need Guerrero. I could see the Mets with Guerrero very easily, letting Alfonso walk and bring Guerrero in. I could easily see that,
Can you see the
especially
Yankees doing something like that?
Maybe. I think the Mets this off season will be the big spenders
How
because
much? How much money do the Dodgers have, Uncle? Do you think they can do something like that again?
I don't see it. I don't see it. I think the
Is he a
Dodgers.
Boris client?
Which guy?
Vladdy.
No, no. But I tell you, uh, Toronto is on the brink of what? See, this is what I've been saying. If they would have fired the clown, the guy's their manager right now, and hired Ron Washington like they should have, I would pick Toronto to go to the World Series. See, the problem with Toronto is they don't really know how to win, and it's sad. I mean, 2 years ago, to get swept at home by the Mariners in the playoffs.
It's
It, it,
like the Toronto is cursed. I don't know what it is. The 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 Toronto gets swept all the time. So
yeah,
does the Maple Leafs are like that too. What is wrong with the city with sports?
I can't speak on the Leafs, but the Blue Jays, I think their problem is this. You got Guerrero, you got Bichette. You got all that money in Rogers Sportsnet. That's the biggest cable outlet in Canada.
Cheap as
Not even
hell.
close. And yet, you rather give Otani, you rather offer Otani 550 million than sign your own homegrown kids. Something wrong with that picture. And now the word is they're unwilling to give both of them new deals. What did I tell you? Next year, the Blue Jays are going to look very different. It ain't going to be a good look.
Yeah. To be honest, I think of a guy like Vladdy.
Mets signed his brother, by the way, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. No, I think for me, I think Bichette goes to. I think Bo Bichette goes to uh the Mets, but I can see Vladdy. To be honest, I think he wants to stay on the East Coast, but I think he would want to.
I think Vladdy goes to the Mets, and I think Bichette, if he either stays or he goes home to Colorado.
That's why. That's where I think Vladdy would go to Colorado.
Nah, that's not him.
How about
Met,
Seattle?
nah, the Mets is perfect for him.
I was gonna say, imagine Vladdy with the Rangers.
I could see him with the Yankees too.
Yeah, with Soto.
I think Soto will be somewhere else next year.
Where do you think Soto lands, in your honest
Met,
opinion?
Mets. You know why? The Mets are dumb enough to give him 600 million.
No other owners that stupid.
Exactly.
I think, honestly,
And the Mets will make that deal quick. Okay. Because that owner hates the Yankees that much.
you, honestly, I can't say. How about Cincinnati for Vladdy?
Nah, they don't spend that type of money. I see the Mets for both him and Soto. Or I could see the Yankees for Vlad, because he's going to come a lot cheaper.
I would, none of the teams in the NL East besides the Braves can afford him.
No, the Rays can't afford him. Boston can, but
No,
Boston
no. What I'm
4-0.
saying, no other team in the NL East,
Oh, the NL East.
because like you said, Miami's not going to spend that money.
The Braves don't need him. The Phillies don't need him. Bryce Harper is the first baseman now in Philly.
Ooh, I have a team in the NL West. How about the Arizona Diamondbacks?
Nah, and they got a good squad, bro. People sleeping on Arizona, folks. Arizona got Suarez. I forgot who else they picked up in the trade. Arizona is going to be tough to beat, folks. They can
You
be.
you know what it is? I think people are feel that it was a fluke.
I don't know. Baseball people. I look at the Dodgers like this. I'm not going to pick the Dodgers. That's why I'm going to have later on this spring. Going to have a contest. Do you pick the Dodgers or the rest of the field? I'm taking the field. And I'm going to tell you why I'm taking the field. Look at the Dodgers pitching. Very suspect. No, Otani's not pitching no more.
He's gonna be just offense.
Yeah.
So no, and that's another team. I think, like I said, they need pitching, so they could call the Marlins and get the pitching.
The Dodgers are in the mix for that those two guys from Miami, but the Dodgers want to play bully. And a lot of teams hate the Dodgers now.
Yeah, no, and I've said this multiple times, Uncle. I, for some reason, I think like I'm being paid. I understand why uh Canes is upset, but let's be honest. Like the Marlins have so much depth in what they need is offense. I'm fine with trading guys like Lazardo, Cabrera, or Garrett because look at the depth in our system with pitching and stuff like that. We have Yuri Perez still.
The
That
Marlins
young
need the Marlins. You're right. Marlins need a big bat.
Yeah, and we need a catcher. Since Charles Johnson, we haven't had a great catcher.
You traded him to the Pirates.
Charles Johnson?
No, 2 years ago. I forget the guy's name, but
JT Realmuto.
no. The guy who they just had in 2021, they traded him to
Jacob
the
Stallings?
Pirates. I forgot the guy's name. Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
That was a mistake. He's a defense. We need an offensive catcher.
I'd rather have a defensive catcher, someone who can throw base runners out. That's why guys like Pudge and Javi was so viable in their careers.
This is an honest question. Is it rare? You know how we say it's rare to find a, a combination of a quarterback who's accurate and has the arm strength and arm talent, like we see with a Patrick Mahomes and stuff like that? Is it
Yeah.
rare to see a cat? Is it the same way for a catcher? Is it rare to see a great defensive catcher who's also great at defense?
Yes.
And the last guy we've seen is the guy you and what is it called? You and my God, the Cincinnati Reds fan. Uh,
That boy.
yeah, Vader. Uh, Johnny Bench. Since Johnny Bench, he's the last catcher that I can remember that was a great offensive catcher and a great defensive catcher.
Yeah.
Pudge was like,
Pudge was both. That's what made him so special.
how about where would you say Benito was more offensive or was he a great defensive catcher
He
too?
was more defense, but he got too full of himself.
Benito Santiago.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about Piazza?
Yeah, he was the
I
last
think there's
captain.
more. To me, I think there's more rebuilding team. Like there's more. There's still a lot of rebuilding teams in the. Which which do you think both leagues are top heavy, or do you think one league is deeper than the other?
National League is much deeper than the American because the AL Central sucks. Then you throw in the Red Sox, who is going on a 3-year plan, and you throw in the Angels and the A's. That's 8 teams right there that are horrible.
And you brought up a team earlier who's probably going to go downhill.
The Blue Jays, yeah, after this year. What the Blue Jays need, and I said this to Moss the other night, Jeff Turner is going to have to come up big for them. More than hits, home runs, his leadership is what the Blue Jays lack. That's what they lack. They're not, the players are too immature. Vlad Guerrero should have grabbed that team by the tails and carried it. He's never done it.
And honestly, this is what I like. They need to find another homegrown kid that they can draft and build around to be the face of that franchise. Who's like a Justin Moore. I kind of wish they drafted what's his name, the guy. I wish Votto would have been drafted. I think Votto would have been the perfect face of the franchise for that team.
I would agree with that.
Or my God, what's his? Or Justin Morneau, or like one of these the two guys from Minnesota, Morneau or
Yeah, Joe Mauer. You just said those names. Joe Mauer is a homegrown kid from Minnesota. So that helped them with ticket sales and a whole lot of
is
stuff.
Morneau Minnesota or Canadian?
He's Canadian. He's from Western Canada.
Are you happy that Justin got into the Hall of Fame finally? Joe Mauer?
I think he got in too quick.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't see Joe Mauer as a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Do you
I
think the
see him
MLB
more.
is desperate?
Not really, because they think high and mighty about their standards. I
Oh,
think
did you see the reports that Manfred is going to step down after 2029?
yeah, I think that's good.
Who do you think replaces him?
Nobody knows.
Do you
The next
think
commissioner of
do you think
baseball,
most
nobody
of
knows.
these, like, in your honest opinion, do you think the commissioner of these leagues have to be lawyers? Like, because it seems like most of these guys are lawyers, like Goodell, uh, Silver. Bettman's a lawyer, right?
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why it's like that is because just in case if the league gets into legal trouble, you need your commissioner to
Know
weather
how
the
to
storm.
negotiate.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Yeah, because a lot of owners are not lawyers.
Is there any owner like? Do you think a guy like a Steinbrenner would have done good as a a commissioner?
Stoy Steinbrenner,
Yeah, God rest his soul. Or do you think he's too arrogant?
too biased.
Hey, hey, Canes, what's up?
What's up? What's up, Nurse?
And so, yeah, I
Yeah,
just look at what you just said, and I agree with you. Yeah, Tony. I think that a lot of these
owners are very arrogant. They don't have the like. This is why I don't think Jerry would do well as commissioner if Goodell were to stand up.
Which guy?
Jerry Jones.
No,
Can you imagine Jerry as the commissioner of the NFL?
no, it'd be a scary proposition.
I'm gonna step down. Are you kidding me?
Well, why do you think that would be a scary proposition, Uncle?
Because he will only deal with the teams with the most money.
Facts.
He wouldn't, like Green Bay, he won't even talk to.
He's money, Jerry, not broke, Jerry.
So he would focus on the teams in LA, the teams in New York.
No, Spanos don't got that type of money. The Rams,
No,
yeah.
like Kroenke. No.
Yeah,
Kroenke.
Yes. He would deal with Kroenke. He would
The Walmart family.
Which family?
The Walmart.
Walmart out in Denver. Yes, he'll deal with them.
The guy who just bought the Commanders.
Yeah, he'll deal with him.
Woody Johnson.
Yes. Yeah, but he will.
The Mara family.
No, he doesn't like the Mara family.
He hates John.
Yeah, he don't like the Maras.
Would he deal with Philadelphia owner?
No.
He hates Loria.
Yeah. And the roomies, forget it.
How about the Hunt family?
No. He's jealous of the Hunt family now.
I was gonna say Stephen Ross, but he hates Stephen Ross.
No, you don't hate him, but he knows he's a buffoon. So,
Stephen Ross is a clown.
You brought Ross up. Ross never goes to league meetings. Ross is never around his own team. Are you going to take an absentee owner seriously if you're Jerry Jones? Who's never there?
Honestly, I think once if Stephen Ross dies, and I don't think they're going to give this part owner the full ownership of the Dolphins. I think they're going to put the Dolphins up for sale.
But Tony, he's going to get over 50%.
He is?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Okay.
That's already been documented.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
The other guy is out. The guy who was his partner when he bought the team because of what happened with Brady and the loss of draft pick. Ross threw him under the bus. So.
Oh my God.
Hey, Tony, let me say this to you though. Seriously. You are going to feel very different following Herbert every day. I'm dead serious. You're going to be like, damn.
Is Itest messing with me? Do you think Itest is just screwing with me when he says all that? Like, is he messing with me, or he understands what I'm dealing? Like, why?
We all do, bro. Why you think we promote it? I'm gonna say it again. I haven't enjoyed this much football this year. Been watching Jordan Love grow, bro. It's like I told people, I was with these dudes last night. I don't care what the hell the defense does in Green Bay. But don't look stupid like they did on that game against Tommy DeVito. Don't look that bad.
Oh, wait. Who? Weren't the Jets fans upset with Tommy DeVito?
Of course. Did you see the hockey game on Saturday night? The outdoor game? That was so cool. They made the Flyers dressed like Rocky, the old style sweatsuits with the towel around the neck. And they made the Devils dressed like Tony Soprano.
Oh, since you brought up hockey, do you think Matt Tkachuk has a chance to win the MVP?
Let me take a look at his numbers.
or do you think he's too far behind? What's his name?
Oh, I gotta look at his numbers, Tony. Let me look at his numbers. Here we go.
Hey, Tony, is it cold there?
In Sarasota,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's like 65.
You
Yeah,
guys
I
are
am too far from
complaining.
you.
You guys are complaining about is it cold in Sarasota?
No, I just
Yeah.
asked if it's cold there, miss. I ain't complaining. I'm good.
No, I'm gonna tell you what cold is. It's 27 degrees here with a minus 16 wind chill. It feels like it's 11 degrees outside.
I've
And I
been
was
in
just
19
outside.
degree weather, miss, so I can see where you're coming from.
No,
That is cold.
I'm not messing with you like that.
Oh, I know.
I get on eye tests especially. Jesus. Man, I got this many layers of clothes, man. I'm like, give me a damn.
Give me a break.
And
Give
when
me a
that
break.
boy lives in Cincinnati, it's worse for me.
Yeah, because he lives right on the river, right?
Yeah. The Chuck, 20 goals, 44 assists. He's going to be one of the candidates, but I don't think he's going to win. I think this guy's going to win. If someone wins, it's going to probably be the Bruins guy, Pasternak. Because you already got near. No, who's going to win? Austin Matthews. You already got 50 goals.
I think Matt Tkachuk wins the award that Barkov won a few years ago. What's that? The best overall forward, the defensive,
It's the Selkie. The
Silky award. That's the award he wins, the Silky.
Chuck is having a good year. If he had more goals instead of 20, shit, he'll be running away with it. But he got 20 goals, but he got 44 assists.
Yeah, I think he wins the Silky award. I think
he has a good chance. Yeah, he has a good chance. Congratulations to Patrick Kane. Yes, they get 800 assists. And Kane is looking at breaking the American record. You know, Joey Mullen, what a great player he was for the old Calgary Flames and the Pittsburgh Penguins of the early 90s. And, of course, Mike McDonough.
Did he already pass Mike McDonough's American record for goals?
I think so, yeah. I think so. To Chuck, I told you folks, you know,
that boy never talked so much trash. I've never seen him talk that much trash.
Yeah, he talks a lot of trash because he can back it up. That's why he's a great
like
player.
me and you say, he's basically a carbon copy of Keith.
Yeah. His brother is more of the quiet type, but his brother will get into it with you. I think the difference between the two guys, honestly, his brother loves playing in Ottawa.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
He loves it. You gotta understand something, Tony. When you got a whole country that cares about you, you're good to go. And I think a lot of American players in other sports, I think Ohtani dropped the ball with that. Because I got news for Shohei Ohtani. You know, and this is why they were pumping this guy up last night. You are now dealing with Aaron Judge and Bryce Harper now. And what do I mean by that? These are the two American megastars, and don't let Trout stay healthy. You're going to have to deal with. This is not the Angels anymore, where you was the big fish in a small pond.
Yeah, no, and he's gonna be public enemy number one in Toronto.
He's gonna be public number one everywhere. By the way, week 2 of the baseball season, that second weekend, Easter weekend, guess who goes to Toronto?
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
Are there?
Oh, yeah.
I have a question, Uncle. Are there any big, are there any big series for the Marlins that Easter weekend?
I gotta look.
I think we play. I think we play the Rangers this year. I can't remember if
Everybody plays everybody from now on, which I love in baseball.
no.
That is
What I'm
no
saying, I'm
longer.
not sure if we play them at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the season.
I'll let you know right now. I know Mr. Miami is going to get a little ticket plan to see the Marlins. Let me see.
Do you
Tony,
think?
you get MLB trade rumors, right?
Yes.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that, man. I've had that now since 2010.
The people I actually like. I like MLB trade rumors, but they don't really have it a YouTube channel. The people I pay attention to, is not foul territory. My God,
I
what's
like
it?
Bobby Barry.
Uh,
Let's see the
God.
Marlins schedule.
He were they have a baseball show on 247. I forgot the name of the the guy. Locked on baseball. I forgot the guy's name. He used to be like he was a former GM for like the Dodgers or like the uh
You talking about damn, I should know my man's name. I know who you talking about. I know who you talking about.
yeah, he was he was the one that built this team before they got sold.
Well, the guy who built that team before it got sold was Dombrowski. All
Oh,
right,
Dave was it.
you got the Yankees, but it's on the road. If you're talking about home, then it's April 12th against the Braves.
I thought we had the. Yeah, I thought we.
Yankees on the road.
Okay,
If you
so
care
are we
about the
fair?
Angels, they're coming in the second. They're coming in the first week of the season. If that's what you care about.
No, not really. I thought we faced the World Series champion at some point this year. Like I thought it was at the beginning of the year, like in
I'll
May
let you know
or
when you play Texas.
huh?
I think the games are in Miami too, because last year they played at Texas. You know, the Marlins got some good teams coming in. All right, you played Texas.
I think the week of the draft. I think we
You,
play
you, you
Texas.
played you played Texas the first weekend in June.
Are there ever good rivalries the week of the draft?
One, they changed the draft to July now, which sucks.
No, I thought they usually have good series on that week of the draft, usually or All-Star the week before All-Star.
They're at Houston and at Cincinnati.
Are we
Tell me
facing the
when
Red
you want to
Sox?
go. You know when you want to go? The 23rd, 24th, and 25th of July. The Orioles are coming in.
I can go to the Rays game because it's home right there, like an hour away.
I can tell you when they go to Tampa Bay. It's going to be late in the year when they go to Tampa. They go to Tampa.
Do you think like in terms of you think baseball has a better way of like they don't usually have a team have like a horrible schedule where it's a dead man's schedule where they want the team to be a losing team like you
Nah,
see.
they just make the schedule what it is. That's what I like about it. If the team you are is bad, that's on that team. I remember one year who cleaned up. Somebody cleaned up, and the teams everybody thought they were good. They were bad. I think it was the Indians. One year they were good, but the teams they played were bad, and that's why they won the division.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's rare that you see that more in football, and I think basketball does that too. Where they pad the certain teams' records with the horrible teams.
Yeah.
Hockey and baseball are the most consistent with the schedule, where it's you don't have a team having a week like a dead man's record. Like even if it's a good team, it's even like how do I explain this? The record is split evenly, but with good and bad teams. You don't see one team having all the teams at the Pacoda is expected to be bad on their.
Never go by Pacola because teams that they think they're going to win the division with 90 some games, they win it with 100 and something. I
No,
think for the
no.
first,
I'm using Pacoda as an example. I'm not using them as a main example, but I'm using them. There's
yeah,
another. Who do you when it comes to these standing predictions, Uncle? Is there a website you actually trust sometimes?
no, I just go by how the team is expected to be.
Okay.
And by the way, they played at Tampa Bay July 30th and 31st. Tomorrow.
Do you hate the draft being in July now, Uncle?
Yeah, I liked it when baseball had it perfect. They own Monday night, early in June. Nobody is bothering them. Nobody's playing a major sport that night. It's all theirs. Instead, they want to make it to a big television broadcast. And I think what baseball is finding out is no one cares.
Yeah, because you're not going to see these kids for 5-6 years.
Yeah, that's true. That is true, sadly.
Yeah, and me and you talk about this. I think baseball, the draft is. I think baseball is more of a crapshoot than you see with football because you're dealing with high school kids that you don't know what they're going to be.
Yeah, and college kids who nobody really saw.
Yeah,
That's why.
I think that's
Well,
what when. I think that international draft happens next year or the year before. I can't remember. Uh, or the year after, but that's what's going to happen because I think people pay attention to more the international. The more
Tony, I disagree with you. I think what Otani's going to find out is whoever's the good American player this year. That if the team is good, let's say Texas, if they are good, like I think they will be, a lot of the country will be rooting for Corey Seager. A lot of the country will be rooting for Bryce Harper. Aaron Judge of the Yankees all of a sudden became great again. They're not going to be rooting for Otani. It's just what it is.
yeah, no, and depending on what part of the country you're in, you're cheering for and what wherever the Dominican fans are going to be focusing on guys like
Vlad Guerrero,
Vlad Guerrero,
Soto.
Ozzy Albies,
Yeah,
Ronald Acuna.
Yeah, Juan Soto.
Uncle, who do you like better, Soto or Acuna?
Soto. Soto's the
I understand
dude.
you don't like Acuna.
I like Acuna's okay, but he acts like
He's
a
not
fool
as good
too
as
much.
people make him out to be.
No, he's great. He just acts like a fool.
If he's arrogant.
You could say that.
No, and
Mace, let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When McDonald's done.
I'm
Okay.
done.
Okay, my question is, which country has the best baseball players?
The Dominican Republic. It's easy.
I would say the Dominican also, but Venezuela is catching up fast.
Puerto Rico, would you
They
consider
fell off.
Puerto? They fell off.
Yeah, they fell off.
How about Japan?
They got good players, but a lot of them don't want to come. Afraid of the competition.
Yeah, they don't want
Iman
to
in
deal
the
with
building.
stuff like that.
Oh, Iman. By the way, did you see your 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 owner and your GM might trade up to get a quarterback and move on from Daniel?
That I did see that. I did see that. And they're thinking long and hard about that. Speaking of
Yeah,
that,
and
the
yeah,
hockey game I was telling you about,
yeah.
you know who they focused on?
Who?
Tommy DeVito.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
And when the Devils players scored the goal, they did the Italian smooch every time they scored a goal.
Oh,
It was pretty
Jesus
cool.
Christ! Yeah.
All right,
No.
Iman, right back at you. That's why I love Iman. Right back at you, Tony. Day trading up. Don't believe everything you read. Iman to Daniel Jones. It's like 2-on to
For
Dolphins.
Tua.
Speaking of that, let me say something about this. I saw this Saturday morning, and I was taken aback by it. I was stunned that Barry Cunningham blindsided Dudley Durong like he did. I was taken aback by that shit. I did not know that Barry Cunningham had an interior motive, and I always said this up here, and Keynes knows I've been saying this. That guy Barry speaks my language when it comes to the team, but boy, does he hate the Dolphin fanboys. He cannot stand the Dolphin fanboys.
I don't know
And
why he. Out of all the people you attack, Dudley, really?
yeah, that's what I said. And I hit Doug up. I said, "Yo, I'm sorry he blindsided you like that, because
I can't
Doug
understand
was always
if you attack Reason or some of these idiot other people.
Yes, I would understand that. But Dudley Durong, and then the statement he made afterwards, I am going to be the greatest Dolphin content creator in the world. That was a message to the fanboys. Now,
Yeah,
if you're a guy like me, and I would say Tony, I see where he's coming from. But I'm just
the
going to say
last person you attack is Dudley.
yeah,
Is what I don't understand.
I
Why
don't
would you go
understand
after
that
Dudley?
either. Doug is good people, bro. I cannot believe he did that.
Oh, it's because what's his name doesn't like some people, and he wants to make it clear.
Yeah, Barry does. Yeah, I've been saying this up here. Because every time Barry got something to say about the Dolphins, I'm all in. I'm in the room. Tony was in the room. Yeah, we're in the room. Why?
He's a
I
good
think
guy. It's
Tony.
just
Yeah, go
he's
ahead.
just oh
No, go
oh,
ahead. No, go ahead,
sorry.
Kane. Kane, go ahead, bro.
He's a good guy, but he needs to stop starting stuff that's not there.
Who you talking about, Barry or Dudley? Doug.
There.
Barry. Yeah, you know what it is? It's like I've been saying up in Kane, you've been here and I've been saying this.
Yeah.
When Barry looks around these rooms, what does he hear? Delusion.
Tua's the greatest. Tua's the
Yep.
best.
We're going to the Super Bowl. Come January, what happens?
Disappear.
He's tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now that he has a big platform and it's gaining steam, This is not no little, what you call it. It's gaining a lot of momentum. And what you see, and I've been saying this, Tony can vouch for this. When you go to Barry's room, those guys not only cannot stand the fanboys either,
I've been there. It's nice in there.
those guys can't stand the quarterback in there. Now, me, I've always said, I don't hate Tungalover, but I know what Tungalover is all about. Okay.
He's the type of quarterback that can get you to the promised land but not win you anything. He's Kirk Cousins.
And what did I say? Cousins, Tua, and who's the other one? Of the
Dak Prescott.
Hurts.
Hurts is somebody else I always say. It's somebody else always. You can put Brock Purdy in there now, too. After that performance in the Super Bowl. Who's the other one?
Matt Ryan.
No, Matt Ryan got you to the Super. Matter of fact, Matt Ryan had your 28-3 lead. Who effed that up? Remember?
Kyle Shanahan.
Bingo.
We say Dak, maybe?
No, it's not Dak. It's Tua, Kirk Cousins, Brock Purdy now, and there's somebody else I put in that group. The reason why I put those guys in the same category is they can just do so much for you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they'll get you 10, 11 wins. Well, when you start talking delusion, and this is why Barry's on the warpath, bro. I'm going to tell you right now. If I'm these fanboys who like to talk delusion, when Barry calls you out, you go over there and confront him. Because he's going to do it. It's just a matter of time.
I think.
And Manzano, you said it best a year ago. Lauro asked you this question. Why so much division in the Dolphin fan base? And you said what?
I said it's because the people who followed Tua are not Dolphins fans. They're Bubba and the boys from Bama.
And you also said something else, which was perfect, came out of your mouth. You said something else to Lauro, and I totally agreed.
Oh my God, what was? I know what you're saying, but I can't remember.
You said none of them have ever seen them win before.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
And they're desperate.
A guy like Barry's tired of hearing the bullshit. Why? Barry's about my age or a little older.
Yeah.
Barry's seen them win. I've seen them win.
I think you're in the same age group, honestly.
Yeah. We're tired of it.
No, and you know what pisses me off? There's people your age group that are defending this crap too.
They're stupid. And like I said, if they give them that contract, what they are talking. And I think this is why Barry just lost it. Because I'm going to say this. I heard Doug in that video he made, the one Doug made.
Yeah.
That he said he was against Tua getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked by that. Because
he's not delusional.
Yeah. Because the reason why I was shocked by Doug saying that, because it was Doug a summer ago who was talking about going to Tua's luau this year. Which told me he was a big fan of Tua's. I look at this and I go, Manzano, I said this Saturday morning, Manzano was so right what he said. You got a big division of fans because a lot of the fans have never seen them win a damn thing.
Yeah, and it's that, and like me and you talk about, it's these redneck white trash Bama fans that are causing this division also, that were never Dolphins fans to begin with.
And guess what? If the Dolphins pay him, old Bubba in the trailer park is going to get their way, because I've seen this. Barry saw this. I've seen, and I told Keynes this a mile away. What they're going to do, if they don't do nothing this year, which I don't know if they will, I doubt it, they're going to give Tua the money, and they're going to roll Tua out there, and they're going to Tua, you get 35 touchdowns a year. We don't care if we win or not. We're selling tickets because people want to see you. And on the other side, when the Dolphins play good marquee teams, like this year, the Bang Bang Niner gang is coming in, half the stadium is going to be wearing red when they play Dolphins.
And I think we play the Chargers again this year, don't we?
No, I play the Raiders.
Oh, God. This is so disappointing.
Now, let me get to you. When it comes to minicamp, the draft, and you guys got the 5th pick, by the way. And
we're getting Brock Bowers.
I can see that. And training camp, when you're going to be over there seeing all the nice things they're going to say about the Chargers and how this guy is going to blow up this year, which I believe he will, you're going to be like, damn, how come I'm getting this here? And in Miami, I get false dreams. That's what you're going to say.
Yeah, no, and what am I going to say next? Like I said, I was down the middle of, like, ever since the beginning, I said I was down the middle. Like, I didn't hate Tua. I didn't like him. I wanted to see how he performed and stuff like that and now since I've seen him perform in the big moments, it's horrendous. Like, what he's Owen. You saw his, did you see the stat? I can't remember. Was it during the playoff game or during the last game against the Bills?
I could tell you right now, for last year, he lost in a row in December. This year, he lost.
No, I'm talking about the passing, like the actual stat. They showed off that he was below 2,000 yards against good teams, but against the bad teams, he most of his yards were against the bad teams.
Yeah. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing today, baby? Good. It's afternoon in London. How you doing, sweetheart? Great to see the beautiful anti-socialite, one of my favorite people and supporters. Yeah, Tony, what I was going to say is that with Tua, he is who he is.
And you know the hilarious thing, Tua fans defend him for all the stuff that happened to him with Flores. And when I bring up that Justin Herbert had the same issue with Brandon Staley, they're like, you're caping for him, you're defending him. I'm like, you guys said Tua had a horrible coach in Flores. Why can't I use that same argument with Herbert?
That argument, let me tell you right now, whatever fool starts with that argument, just put the finger to your mouth.
Look because at what's going to happen with.
Well, now a Harbaugh there, they're gonna win right away. I know Canes disagree.
I think they have to clean out certain positions. I agree with. I understand what he's saying. That they're going to give Harbaugh the full control of the draft. Honestly, it's either, you know what I can see happening is either they're going to draft the kid I'm telling you, or Joe Alt, the offensive. They need offensive line help.
I think they're going to take that tight end you're talking about.
Brock Bauer from Georgia.
Yeah.
Or trade down, or they can get. Because honestly, I think they can get Brock Bowers depending on where they fall. Like if they trade down to a team who needs a quarterback in the 15s, they can still get Brock Bowers.
The trade with Atlanta. The Anti-Social Socialite podcast in the building. Thank you for coming by, girl. Appreciate you. I can see the Chargers doing. I just think Harbaugh being there, and they picked the guy from the Ravens organization. You guys are ready to go.
Wait, is it the Costa they got?
No, they got somebody else, but he's from a championship organization. I think the Chargers are ready to go. I really do. Plus, Herbert always plays well against Mahomes.
Oh, back to baseball, Uncle. John Heyman and Ken Rosenthal are projecting the contract extension for Luis Ariz to be 5 years at $95 million in total.
So they're playing Ariz 19 million a year. Yeah, that's good for the Marlins. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But they should have kept Phil there.
Between 95 to 98. Like the low end is 95 million, the high end is 98, which is 20 million a year.
Okay.
No, that's like
just pay the man.
19 and a half.
No.
Pay the man, get it done. No
There
excuses.
you go. See, Kane's with the Marlins. He's tired of hearing the bullshit. He wants to see results.
Honestly, I like that incremental. Like, honestly, for me, I understand where Kane's is coming from, but I like the incremental improvements the last 2 years. We made it past the wild card. We made it to the second round. Now all we need to do is make it to the National Series.
Yeah, we lost Solar. Stop the cap.
That was crazy. San Francisco got him for $14 million a year. Kidding me?
Cap and Marlins. What I tell you?
He's right. And then they did what they did to Miss Ng. I'm doing good, gorgeous. She said higher. 2 Kings. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to think of the Marlins, bro. I really don't. I don't know what to think of them.
And when I like, I think it's hard to like. To me, I think it's more a professional thing. Look at her drafts the last few years; they were a failure. Like the guys that she drafted didn't pan out like the way they wanted them to.
Well, Tony has only been what? She was only there for 2 years. You gotta give
because she passed off. She drafted. I can't remember who was drafted. Who the Rangers were behind us in the draft. The year we drafted Jacob Berry, and they drafted an offensive player that a lot of Marlins fans wanted, and she drafted Jacob Berry, a college player.
Yeah, it's early. I mean, remember, it takes a good 2 to 3 years to make it to the majors, bro.
College players should be. You would think college players, since they would go faster.
Tony, you know what the problem is?
What?
In college, you hit with aluminum bats. In MLB, you hit with wooden bats. That's a major adjustment, bro.
No, but some of these players are playing in the Cape Cod League, which is a wooden bat league. You would think they would adjust because they're already. But I see what you're saying.
Tony, it is hard for any of these kids to make it to the majors when they're drafted. I mean, look, we all know the Orioles have been spoiled. I mean, goddamn Andy Rushman, who I love, by the way, was just drafted 3 years ago, and now he's an all-star, a catcher of all places.
He's gonna be one. I think he's gonna be the one winning all the catcher awards.
The kid in Arizona. I'm telling you, Tony, Arizona is good, bro. Arizona is really good.
No, I agree with you. Arizona is good, but the national media is not paying attention because of the Dodgers.
Yes, they are. A lot of people don't got the Dodgers winning the National League, bro. Look at the pitching. Very shaky. Remember, Otani's not pitching. If Otani was pitching, I would give them the World Series. He's not pitching.
Oh, don't they have what's his name?
Yeah,
The
but
Jap-
he's suspect with arm problems.
already? Yamamoto already?
Yeah, no, the Yamamoto. He's suspect, bro.
Wow.
They're gonna go to a 6-man rotation because of him. Yeah. Dodgers will win 100 games, folks. Don't think they won't. They will. The question is, come mid-October, are they still playing, or they're gonna get knocked out in the first round, the second round again? That's why I look at teams like the Braves, the Phillies, the Astros, the Tampa Bay Rays, believe it or not, because they do have pitching. Before I look at the big teams like the Dodgers, the Yankees, because they're suspects, especially the Yankees.
You could say the Marlins, but they lost Alcantara for the season.
Yeah, I don't see it for the Marlins this year. I think next year they'll come back.
You think they're in rebuild mode?
No, I think the Marlins are on a holding pattern.
Because of the new ownership, the new front office.
Also, Tony, they don't produce big bats in the minor league system.
Yeah, no, and me and you talk about this. It hurts the Marlins because the majority of their minor league ballparks are pitching catered to developing pitching and stuff like that. So
and they're moving either their double A team or triple A team. They're moving them to Hialeah this year. And the reason why they're doing that is for guys like you. If you want to go down there and watch their top prospects play every night, that's why they're doing it to pique more interest in the fan base down there, which I think it's a smart idea. A lot of MLB teams are doing that now, where they're moving their triple A. Well, really, your best players are in double A. So a lot of teams are moving their double A affiliates close to the city they play in. Like the Yankees got their team in New Jersey. So if
where do the Angels have their team?
Not too far away. But the Angels promote their guys from triple A. That's in Salt Lake City. They don't promote double A guys really.
How about the Dodgers?
Oklahoma City is their triple A affiliate. Triple A Dodgers, same thing. They make you climb up the ranks. Yankees, forget it. I mean, Yankees are the worst. They have a great farm system, but they'd rather spend money on other teams' free agents. So that's on them.
How about are the teams in Texas doing that, where they have their double A team next to Houston or in Dallas?
I don't think so. I think the Astros is in Tucson.
That's what I don't understand. For me, that's what I do not understand. Why is it hard to open up a minor league team in certain states? That's why you don't see a lot of teams in Texas?
I think so. I think what it is a lot of teams don't want their young guys around the majors because they get too over anxious to want to make it to the majors. Then they become disobedient to playing their skill. What people don't understand, making the major leagues, in my opinion, is the hardest sport to make in all 4 professional sports.
I could say soccer is pretty hard.
Yeah, but we're in America. But I was gonna say.
Soccer. Hockey.
Yeah, hockey's hard to make too. Yo, pull up. Get that boy up here.
Hey Vader, What up, dude?
The Reds did it now. They got their triple A team right outside Cincinnati.
I think Philadelphia has their team out in.
No, Philadelphia's in Clearwater, Florida. Your neck
No,
of the woods.
their AA and AAA team are in Florida.
Yeah, the Phillies is near you. They got a good fan base. When you if you ever drive by Clearwater this time of year, do you see a lot of Philly hats?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're good people. Philadelphia fans are good. I was talking about this the other night. Philadelphia people are good people. They are. That boy gonna pull up, get him up here for a little bit, talk about the Reds. I know he is excited about that. Yeah, I just want to say this. Getting back to what we were saying. I don't know what direction the Marlins are going, man, but I tell you, they had a good thing going last year. Remember, I picked them to make the playoffs last year.
yeah. For me, I can understand why. Like I said, I understand why. What's his name? Canes is tired of the BS. But to be honest, I, 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 I'm.
Yeah, go ahead.
What am I gonna say? To me, I'm more patient with the Marlins because of the fact they won 2 World Series already.
Yeah, I knew you was going to say that, and I don't blame you. You got to understand something about Canes. Canes lives in ring culture. He's in ring culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, Canes is the type of guy that if you don't have a ring, I don't want to talk to you. He's one of those.
Hey, Vader.
Like that, Third Ward Colombians like that. What's up, Vader?
What's going on, Pete?
Good, man. Good. You excited about the Reds right now?
I am. I'm planning on going to a couple games this year.
There you go.
Hey, Vader. Uncle says the minor league team is outside Cincinnati. Is it like where is it exactly?
Pretty close. I think their AAA team is in Chattanooga. I'm pretty sure.
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's not that far from you.
No, but the AA team is right next to you guys, right?
Yeah, it's in Dayton.
There you go. Yeah. Not because not baseball, whoever came up with the idea. I think it was the Marlins who came up with it, by the way. That was genius because, first of all, it's a lot cheaper to go to a minor league game. It costs you what to go to a minor league game? $15. Players are friendly. A lot of them are normal people because most of them are not going to make it, sadly, to the majors.
I can't remember what. There was a TED Talk about that recently that they were interviewing a scout or a GM, and he said 15%. I think it's 13 or 14% of the minor league players make it to the end. It's below 20% that make it to the I think even the top prospect, even the number one draft pick, that's even a lower percentage. I think it's like 5% make it to the major leagues.
Yeah, it's true.
And to be honest, I think what hurts the MLB draft is because you're. I think if you go international, it's a higher. You think it makes it even more or less appealing going international, Uncle, or no?
Yes, because your fan base, most of them want to hear their players speak English. This is America, and a lot of the Latin players don't want to speak Spanish. They like to speak their language, and they don't care what Americans think about them. Because
Yeah,
in their mind,
that's what hurts
they're
Vladdy.
supposed to-
Me and you talk about this. That's what hurts Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's exactly like his father. That ego prevents it. He refuses to speak any English whatsoever.
he can speak it now, but it's a little bit too late.
Was Vladdy Senior like that?
No, he spoke nothing but Espanol. Need the interpreter.
That's why I always had a lot of respect for David Ortiz. He at least made an effort to speak English. But
Yeah, A-Rod. See, A-Rod was the reverse because a lot of players felt he sold out because he could speak fluent English and he could speak Spanish. But once A-Rod matured as a man, he started hanging out more with the Latin players than anybody else because he saw what the white man did to him.
Yep.
I've never heard A-Rod speak Spanish.
Oh yeah, he could speak it very well.
I've heard the guy speak Spanish before. It's really good, actually.
Yes, just like his protege.
Man, Manny
yeah.
Machado.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, see him 2 weeks ago about Beltray speaking fluent English. I'm like, Manny, where did this come from?
Manny never spoke any English. I'm like,
Oh,
gee,
he spoke
I
to one
heard that
person.
interview too, Mace. I'm like, what the hell?
He spoke it to one person, and that was Buck Showalter, who used to manage the Orioles.
Him and Buck hated each other, I think, right?
No, he respected the hell out of Showalter. The problem with the Orioles was when they had their moment, they let the Royals beat them. And that shit shouldn't have happened. That Oriole team, 2014, that was one of the best teams I've ever seen. And they didn't make the World Series.
Even with how loyal that fan base is in St. Louis, do you think they're going to turn on that team?
And they already have.
Wow. That quick?
That quick.
Because they've never been I'm going to use a word they use in football. They never rebuilt. They retooled.
Yes.
In St. Louis.
They haven't finished in last place in 45 years.
Yeah, this has been a long, long time.
It was like
They're gonna have a top 10 pick.
It was like the Yankees. I think the Yankees, the last time they finished in last place was before Derek Jeter got there, right?
Donnie Baseball, yep.
And that's their boy right there.
And then they hired Buck, and away they went. Just like, remember, Joy Steinbrenner was banned from baseball, and when he came back, he got lucky. He fired Buck and got Torrey.
Wait, did Torrey come from?
St.
Where
Louis.
did Torrey? Huh?
St. Louis.
Oh, he was an assistant bench coach with La Russa?
No. He got fired from the Cardinals. The Yankees hired him. La Russa got fired from the A's, and the Cardinals hired him.
So basically, the Cardinals replaced a Hall of Fame manager with another Hall of Fame manager.
Yes.
Has a baseball team ever gotten that lucky?
How many championships La Russa got out of St. Louis? 2?
3.
No, 2. He got lucky. Yeah, you're right. Because first it was Torrey, then La Russa, and then Bruce Bochy.
So
that's the way the managing carousel has been.
So Vader, I asked me, do the Reds have a player like the Angels have, where it's a player that the team fought like was behind, even though the team was horrible? Like, was there like
I'm gonna let
that you
that
don't
boy answer, but
understand?
that's an easy answer. Go ahead, that boy. Tell him who
Well,
it
what
was,
was?
that boy.
Yeah, but I didn't hear the
Well,
whole question. What was you saying?
he's asking you, did the Reds ever have a player that didn't win, but the fans loved them anyway? Well, it's obvious. Go ahead, that boy. Tell him who it is.
Griffey.
No, it's
Griffey
somebody else.
Jr.,
It's somebody else, that boy. You forget it.
Votto.
There you go. Just answered
But,
your question.
essentially, yes. I
Oh, I
like,
got one better. Brandon Phillips.
yeah, Brandon Phillips too. But he was on that Griffey Jr. team. That whole team.
Yeah, he wasn't with Votto. Votto came years later.
Yeah.
Oh, I've always assumed Brandon was on the same team as was.
Nah, he was on the Braves by then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Votto. That's who you're thinking of. Is Votto.
Wait, who was your player for the Angels again?
Joyner, Wally Joyner.
The Yankees, of course. We always talk about them. Donnie Baseball.
Yes.
The Marlins is wait. I can understand Conine, but he won a World Series for us.
2
World Series for us, so that's understandable. The Braves, I can't remember who.
And the Braves is Chipper.
No, I thought Chipper won a World Series with them.
He did, but it's to them it's Chip, unless you want to go Aaron.
Hank Aaron.
Right.
Yeah.
Did Hank ever win a World Series with the Braves?
Yeah. When you think Braves, you think him. You think Yankees now.
It's Judge.
Yeah, but it's always going to be Jeter, Mattingly, or Mariano, or Bernie Williams. It's going to be one of those.
Yeah. Vader. Mace can't stand Mariano.
I can't
Yeah.
stand that.
He's one of the best closers I ever seen.
Man, I give him his due. I mean, bro, but this is arrogance towards the fans, bro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can but I can understand where Uncle's coming from though, where he saw the better of the
closers, yes.
Raleigh Fingers. Were you a big Goose fan, Uncle?
Yes, I was. You know why I was a fan of Goose? Because every night I would go to the game and they're coming out of their cars, the Yankee players, and they were so good to me and the kids I was around. Every day. Pat to the head, I was school. Yeah. Of course.
Was Eck ever a Yankee?
No.
I thought he played for another World Series team at some point.
Eck was the Red Sox, the Indians, the Cubs, and the A's.
I don't think you could have.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think you could have paid Eck to be a Yankee. Good.
No.
Eck hated the Yankees?
Of course. Bring up to 1978 to Jim Rice.
Oh, good Lord.
Yes, Grimsky. Dewey Evans. All Hall of Fame players. Fisk. Butch Hobson. Jerry Remy.
The reason why I brought Eck up is, do you think Eck, like do you think his personality would have worked with the Yankees?
Yes. You know why? He would have been good for the Yankees because of image. Very good looking, good dude. Everybody in that team would have got along with him. And that team, let me tell you something about the ghetto Yankees. That's what we called them back in the day. These are the only Yankee championship teams diehard Yankee fans do not accept. Was the 77 to 80 Yankees.
Yeah, you had Reggie.
Mm-hmm.
You
Chris
had
Chambliss, Roy White, Willie Randolph, Bucky
Yo,
Dent.
wait, Bucky was ghetto.
No, he was very conceited though. All the women was waiting for him every night.
Was
Rivera.
the third baseman after Bucky like that
No,
too?
Bucky was shortstop. It was what's his face? Nettles was at third. Nettles was a prick, but he was good with me.
No. Was Nettles a playboy?
No, a lot of these Yankees I'm telling you about were family dudes. Munson was the biggest ass of the group, and unfortunately, God took him too young. The Yankees never
How
recovered
great?
from
Like
him.
before he passed away, how great of a catcher was Thurman?
Hall of Fame. And you got me saying this, and I hate the Yankees. I'm being real about it. Hall of Fame. Clutch.
Was he would you say he's a more of an offensive catcher, or was he a defensive catcher too?
He did both. Back in those days, Manzano, you had to do both. You know why? That boy who set the standard back in the 70s.
Oh,
Johnny
man.
Bench.
You
Yes.
damn right. If you're not Johnny Bench,
Right.
greatest
That's the standard, man. You know,
as a
for me,
12-year-old,
because I never. Oh, my bad.
No, Dad, go ahead. Yeah, go
No, I
ahead.
said I never seen Bench. So for me, man, like my era coming up, it was Mike Piazza, man. He was like he was.
I hated Mike. I hated Mike so much. Maybe it's the arrogance. Do you think that's what it was?
He had
Uncle?
a lot of Philadelphia in him. Because he's from Philadelphia. He had a lot of Philadelphia.
For me, I preferred Jorge Posada because he was more toned down.
A lot of people wonder why he's not in the Hall of Fame.
He doesn't
lot
have
of
the
people-
numbers. That's why.
A lot of people was arguing why Mao was in the Hall of Fame and not Mariano. Not Posada. I agree with that. I agree. I do agree with that.
No, and me and you always say this. Baseball does it right. They don't do it by the championship rings. They do it by the stats.
And I'll go a step further. I'm glad you just said that. This is one Yankee I didn't like. You know, I don't like too many Yankees, okay? But this was a Yankee I respected. How is Bernie Williams off the ballot? They was talking about this the other night. How the hell is Jim Edmonds off the ballot? You got to be kidding me, bro.
Jim Edmonds to me was the greatest defense in my lifetime. He was the greatest defensive outfielder I ever seen.
I always said this. There's nothing against Andrew Jones. Because to me, he was third. Between 1994 and 2006, the two best center fielders in the major leagues were Ken Griffey and Jim Edmonds.
Where did you have Kenny Lofton?
Better than Kenny Lofton with the glove.
Have you seen the highlight reel of both Griffey and Jim Edmonds?
Griffey, yes. Edmonds, now, I mean, I remember Edmonds as being a hitter more than a glove.
That boy, do yourself a favor. Google Jim Edmonds' greatest catches.
Okay, I will.
Lofton, nobody liked. That's why he's not
Kenny
good.
Lofton has some good ones, too.
Yeah, but people didn't like him. You know, it's like a curse on that Indians team. Media didn't like Manny. Media didn't like. They liked his skill until what he did 2 years ago with his wife, and also his death threat on Jose Mesa.
Right.
I can understand that because Mesa cost him his World Series.
Nobody like Albert Bell, but
Exactly. He was in the news 2 weeks ago. If you didn't hear him, he was on. I forgot my man's name. He's always on Fox. Chris Rose. He was on Chris Rose baseball show, and he said that his numbers are 10 times better than Mike Trout. I'm going to address that. And I know people don't want to hear this. Bell was better than Mike Trout. I don't want to hear it.
In your guys' opinion, I have a question. Would you guys consider Devon White a center fielder or a left fielder?
No, he was a center fielder, and he was damn good, champion. Played junior pony baseball against him back in the late 70s.
You did? Wow.
Yeah. I remember when the Angels drafted him, and they had a big spread in the newspaper. And I said, I know who this guy is. I said, play against him, junior pony. Got to meet him when the Angels came in. Back in 1989, I got to meet Devon White. And I met him in the outfield. You know, I was in the bleachers just to talk to him for a little bit. One of the coolest dudes I've ever come across. You remember those little league, the junior pony league days?
Oh, we forgot one guy, the guy who played the majority of his career at center field for your Angels. Forgot his name now.
I'm gonna tell you something about the Angels in a second. Go ahead. I'm gonna say something.
I forgot the guy's name now. We talk about as an overlooked guy. Huh?
Darren Erstad.
Yeah, Erstad.
Yeah, he was great. But this is all you need to know. This is the Angels all.
No, he was an African American outfielder.
Garrett Hunter. Yeah, but he's more of a twin. This is the Angels all-time team. Okay. This is from the fans. And when I tell you who was the number one vote getter, you go like, huh? The catcher was definitely Bob Boone. Joyner at first base, unanimous by the fans. Grich at second base, unanimous. Dick Schofield at shortstop, unanimous. I believe they put what's his face at first?
Torrey Gloss.
No, Doug DeSensei. The outfield was Garrett Anderson, Tim Salmon. By the fans. This is Angel fans now. The most vote getter ever, and they consider this guy next to Joyner the second greatest California Angel player ever. Jim Edmonds. When Edmonds got traded, you know how many women out there lost their minds? I'm serious.
I'm guessing 2 million.
A lot. Edmonds was, and I told that boy, go Google it, was the human highlight reel. That's what they called it.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was it him that like almost he robbed a home run and almost fell over the fence? Was it him?
Yeah.
Because he scaled the wall to the point where his cleats were on top of the.
Mm-hmm. That was him.
Jim was an underrated athlete. That's what I don't get.
Yeah,
he was.
Him and Griffey. If Griffey did something, this used to be funny. When Griffey did something, he'd look on SportsCenter, and Edmonds do something better. And he's like, who the hell is this guy? So when they played each other, because they were division rivals, when he was on the Mariners and he was on the Angels, Kim Griffey said, damn, a white version of me?
Why wasn't... I have a question. Why didn't Darren Erstad get put on that team?
Joyner was so popular that there was no room for him. Joyner was that popular with the fans, man.
Even though Erstad won them a world championship?
Yeah, but, you know, he was gone by then, bro. He was long gone by then, Wally Joyner. It wasn't his fault that the ownership was cheap.
I gotta get back in.
Hey, that boy. I'll be up tonight. I'm gonna do the National League tonight. We'll talk about the Reds.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you tonight, man.
See you tonight, Uncle. Too.
All right, man. I'll stay
That'll be
on for
easy.
10 more. Yeah, I appreciate both of you pulling up, fellas. Thanks. I'll be up here for 10 more minutes, and then I'll be back tonight, talk about the National League. I want to look at the NBA real quick, because the NBA is off the Thursday, because we're going to do hockey tomorrow night. Edmonton and Boston tomorrow night. And that's going to be a hell of a game tomorrow night, folks. The NBA. Let me see something. I'm going to look at the schedule right now, because I love doing the NBA, believe it or not, doing the play-by-play of games. Okay. Get the NBA up here. Let you guys know when we doing the NBA. Yankees offer Blake Snell a 2-year deal. I guess Blake's not interested. Blake wants to play in the West Coast. All-Star game was a goddamn disaster for the NBA. What the hell am I doing this? All right, let me do this. Let me do it. We'll be back with the NBA next Wednesday night. This is the 27th of February. Because they don't play the Thursday and Friday. So you're really not missing anything with the NBA. Milwaukee and Minnesota Friday night. I may do that one for you guys. That's the ESPN game. You know I'm off Monday. There's no really good NBA game. Miami and Sacramento is interesting. That's Monday night next week. Dallas and Click. Boy, look at the Cavaliers, folks. The sleeping giant. This is 3 good years in a row for Cleveland. So give the Cavaliers a lot of credit. Philly and Boston would be good. That's next Tuesday night, but Embiid's out, so that game doesn't matter. New Orleans at the Knicks, that's a good one. That's next Tuesday night. Houston at Oklahoma City. That's your doubleheader next Tuesday night. Next Wednesday night, I'm going to give you a doubleheader next Wednesday night. That's worth your while. Lakers and Clippers on ESPN. All right. Here's your doubleheader. I'll be back with the NBA next Wednesday night. Pelicans and Pacers is your early game. The Kings and the Nuggets, they played a classic 10 days ago out in Denver, and Sacramento came back from 17 to beat them. And they're going back to Denver again. So that's your NBA doubleheader next Wednesday night on this channel. Pacers and Pelicans early, Nuggets and Kings joined in progress late. And you got Miami and Denver next Thursday night on TNT. So rematch of the NBA Finals next Thursday night. So there goes your NBA coverage. Next Wednesday night, I'll be back with the Association live here. Pelicans playing great basketball at Indiana, who's also playing good basketball. And then we'll have the rematch, Sacramento and Denver. Like I said, they played a classic nearly 2 weeks ago, won by the Kings in Denver. So we'll give you that one next Wednesday night on the NBA on this channel. So I want to thank everybody for pulling up. That boy, Keynes, the beautiful antisocial socialite, Iman, And of course, Tony Manzano. People in the clouds, I appreciate you coming in. And we'll be back here later tonight, talk about the National League, talk about the NBA. And tomorrow night, I'll be on 9:30 for the pregame show, Oilers Bruins out in Edmonton, which should be a war out in Edmonton tomorrow night. Bruins finally got off their slide. Oilers are on fire right now. Vander Kane on fire. That's a brother you guys should check out who's playing great hockey. The Oilers keep rolling, folks. And they are going to be a tough out in the West. West got the teams, folks. Panthers are playing well. Just to name some teams. But there you go. I mean, the hockey is going to be fun up here. Baseball this year, the NBA playoffs are going to be kicking ass. Combine next week. The GM and owner meetings. I will play you live press conferences early in the morning. I'm curious to hear from Mike Tomlin and Ryan Poles, the GM of the Chicago Bears. Those are the two guys I want to hear from. Those two guys. Over everybody. We'll have Chris Greer up here from the Dolphins. Got to hear what he guys say. Brian Gutekunst of Green Bay. I don't want to hear Jerry Jones and then Stephen Jones in Dallas. They just continue to make fools out of themselves. John Snyder in Seattle. These are the people you want to hear from. John Lynch, how come you blew the Super Bowl? The new Chargers GM. Tom Tedesco, want to see what the Raiders are doing. So you're going to hear a lot from these guys, these GMs and these coaches when they talk on the podium. I'll bring it live to you. And you guys going to get what you want. Look who came by and said hello to his big bro, Mr. Miami in the building. Puts a Kool-Aid smile on his face. Midnight at the Oasis. And no, I am not going to the family reunion in the Mississippi Delta. No, not going. 305 in the building. Telling Mr. Miami to enjoy his lunch today. Going to Publix. Get him a nice 20-piece chicken wing. You're the man, 305. .305 in the building. He'll be watching his wrestling tonight. We're going to have WrestleMania up here, folks, so get ready for that. I'm going to show you later tonight, Mr. Miami, how nice of a pork chop China White can make. Wait till you see this pork chop, bro. China, you out there, baby. I'll give you $100. Make me and Mr. Miami a pan of pork chops. I'm dead serious. Oh, I forgot. Mr. Miami don't eat pork chops. Make Miami some chicken breasts, okay? He's a chicken hawk. China, we love you. I love all of you. Thank you for pulling up. 305, I love you. I'll see you later tonight. And we're gone. Enjoy your day. Be good, 305. People in the clouds, thank you. Enjoy your day, everybody. Get home safely. Enjoy your lunch. Enjoy your dinner. I'll be back 7:35 Eastern time. We'll talk about Ohtani tonight. We'll talk about the Reds tonight. Bryce Harper. We'll do some football tonight. And it's heating up, folks. And this is why I love doing this platform. is heating up with the Steelers and the Bears with Justin Fields. So with the smoke, there's fire. I still don't believe it. I believe he will be moved, but I don't think it's going to be to the Steelers. I could see the Patriots. Watch the Patriots coming around the outside. Okay, 305's cracking up. I am not going to the family reunion in good old Alabama. No, 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 no. We'll see you tonight, folks. I love you. Enjoy your day. 305, be good. Yep, professional wrestling on tonight. Love you all, man. Good. Enjoy your day, everybody.